Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print, and I apologize for this very long break. There's been a lot of life changes in the life of Spencer's household, and just wanted to share a couple of them with you. First of all, we have just been very busy for a couple of reasons, but the main reason is that my wife and I, our baby was born. Some of you might have known that we were expecting our first child, and he was born on April 7th. And it was kind of a surprise. He was 2 weeks early. It was supposed to be April 19th. He came fairly early, and so here we are. And so his name is Jason. Yes, named after or spelled the same way as Jason Solo. And so he's doing great. Mom is doing great. That's what I've been devoting my time to since April. And so I apologize for that. So, of course, we're going to continue on in our coverage. We are almost done with the 1980s Star Wars, and we are very, very, very closely getting to the 1990s of Star Wars, which is very exciting for me because a lot of the books that I first read when getting into the expanded universe were from the 90s. So I'm very excited. I know a lot of you are too. But for now, I did want to do kind of a supplemental episode or kind of an interlude to talk about a new story or piece of expanded universe content. And it's something that I've seen a few people talk about, and it is the Star Wars Insider Collection by Titan Publishing and Volume 1. And so this came out on May the 4th is when this was released. And it's a beautiful piece. It's hardback and such, which is nice. And of course, it's a great... it was a great new Legends thing that I could buy that has come out. And the reason I go new is because this is the Star Wars Insider Collection, or fiction. This is collecting a lot of the fiction that came out from Star Wars Insider, but Star Wars Insider under Titan Publishing. So anything that came out in Star Wars Insider prior to Titan Publishing Insider is not in here. So just to give you a heads up here. So this material, it's beautiful. Again, it has beautiful art in here. There's Dash Rendar here. Beautiful art. It's all laid out perfectly. I really, really like it. So there are some things to talk about with this, particularly from a Legends fan's perspective. There has been some, controversy in the EU community because we kind of were under the impression that, oh, this is all the Star Wars Insider stuff. It has the Legends banner on it. It's Legends stories. Well, we come to find that Volume 1 is going to have the Legends, and then Volume 2 is going to have some Legends, but it's also going to have new canon. Okay, fine. Well, then it was revealed, no, actually, Volume 1 is also going to have new canon in it as well, not just Legends. And then, so it was just kind of this weird thing. I remember thinking, why are you mixing the two? Why not just have Volume 1 be all Legends, and then Volume 2, you don't have the banner, and it's part of the new canon? But whatever, that's what they decided to do. So some Legends fans were like, oh, I'm not going to buy it. And I wanted to get this because there were a couple of stories in here that I did not have. I have several Star Wars Insiders on my bookshelf with some of these short stories. Some of these short stories that I do have up here are in here, but there are a couple that I don't have that are in here. But what is really nice, and this is one of the things I really like about this, is that they actually break it up. And so they actually have a kind of a cool image here for kind of who the story revolves around. So for example, there's Darth Vader being the first one, then there's Vestara Kai from the Fate of the Jedi series, and then there's Lando. So that's kind of cool. Of course, you see a Jaina Solo there, which is nice. Always nice to see her. But then it jumps into the new canon. And what's really nice too is that there's an intro to this, and it says, the tales include legend stories from the continuity pre-2014, such as a moving tale of Darth Vader reuniting with an old acquaintance, a dark story with the mysterious Darth Plagueis, and an edge-of-your-seat adventure with Han Solo and Chewbacca. and then they talk about the current canon. So what's nice is they actually have this broken up. So for example, here's the first, and it's Legends, and then it's all the Legend stories, and it has the Legends banner up there. Whoop, Legends banner up here, and it's all the Legend stories. It's not intermixed. It's just, here's the Legends, and then as you flip through it, I believe the last Legend story is a Cad Bane story. Nope, I lied. Eruption is the last. Is the last one. It's a Dawn of the Jedi story. And then after the Dawn of the Jedi, then it gets into the new canon. Now there are 2 Blade Squadron stories in here that are a part of both Legends and a part of new canon. They came out in the last several issues of Star Wars Insider before the reboot happened. So like Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir, and the Dave Filoni Clone Wars, this is the other expanded universe content that is also a part of the new canon as well. And so you get 2 stories in here, the Blade Squadron, part 1 and part 2, in case you want to check my sources. But those are a part of both. So for me, it's kind of nice. I just was able to read the story that I don't have, and then I was able to pretty much just put this back up on the shelf. Personally, I think it's a pretty good buy, honestly. If you're someone who missed out on these Star Wars Insiders when they first came out, in particular Vader Drift, we talked about in one of our episodes of the Star Wars Library. It came out in a special edition of Star Wars Insider that was very hard to get because it was like a specific one. You couldn't get it if you were subscribed to it. You had to actually go out and find it, which was in one that kind of ties into the Marvel series, which is kind of nice. So my point is, it is I think a nice collection if you are looking to get some of these stories. Now, is the $24.99 price point, is that going to be worth it for you? You know, is it going to be worth paying that kind of money for this collection if you're only caring about Legends? Again, personally, I think so. Now, being a completist, I'm willing to fork over the money for the story or 2 that I didn't have. Now, if you're someone who loves Legends and new canon, then this is a perfect collection for you. It has tons and tons of good, stuff in here. If you're a new canon person, I would say I don't know if it's enough bang for your buck, because if you don't care about Legends, it's very few canon compared to Legends. I can't comment on Volume 2 because it's not out yet, so I don't know what that one's going to be like. But personally, if you're into either, I'd still say that this is more of a Legends win, I guess, in terms of the amount of stories that are in there. If you are a new canon fan purely, then I don't think you're going to get too much bang for your buck. But if you like both, I think this is the best of both worlds. But for me, I was willing to pay for it. If you're a Legends fan who did not get any of these stories when they first came out, this might be the best way to get them. It has all the art in them, and it's gorgeous. A lot of this art is gorgeous. I love looking at this. I love the Vistara Kai stuff. That is fantastic. And the Jaina Solo stuff is actually really good too. That one's actually really good. Here's a classic. So anyways, just to wrap this up, I feel like I'm rambling now at this point. So, like I said, I would recommend it, but ultimately it's going to come down to your decision and what you decide. But again, quite frankly, I think that this is, for me at least, a definite win. So I'd highly encourage you to pick this up. So folks, that is all the time I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library. May the Force be with you.